Hello, everybody. What day is it? It is Thursday. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, guys. All right. So, what I want you to do is I want you to watch this all the way through. If you have to stop and come back to it, stop and come back to it. I want you to share this with your team. I want you to tag your Scentsy friends, literally anyone. I don't care what their title is. I don't care where they are in their Scentsy journey. I don't care how long they've been selling. If you care about someone in Scentsy, I want you to share this with them because I think this message is really important right now. And as you guys watch this, I want this post to be seen by as many people as humanly possible. And I'm just making sure that it is actually sharing to Facebook because, as you all know, Facebook is the thorn and bane of my existence. All right, cool. We're on here. So as you guys hop on, just comment, just say, hey, just tell me where you're watching from, tell me what's going on in your world, just say hi, like any of it. So I want to come to you guys because right now we are in a time with Scentsy where a lot of people are freaking out. And it's okay, because here's the thing. We are in a time in our lives where a lot of people outside of Scentsy are freaking out. We are in a time in our lives where people are freaking out. And especially if you are living here in the US, for being very honest. Everyone I know around me is freaking out about something. Everyone I know is going through some heavy shit. You're getting raw Vanessa, guys, today. So I just want you to preface this. If you're around kids, I will probably say a few swear words. And not out of being rude, but just, it's just going to come out. People are going through hard stuff. People are going through really scary medical things. People are going through heavy financial stress. People are being laid off from their jobs. People are dealing with issues at school, issues with funding. People are going through the weight of the world. And guys, we were not meant to know all of the things that are going on all across the world at all times. And you are what you eat. You are what you consume. If you are constantly sitting here consuming the news, consuming tragedy, consuming this, that, and the other thing, and surrounding yourself with negative people and negative things, you are going to feel like crap. And that is just the truth. You will. And I just want to sit here. And I've always, I've heard many times, and this is not me tooting my own horn, but many people have told me, Vanessa, you are a beacon of light. You are someone who just has a way of speaking into people and being hopeful and kind, and you have so much gratitude, and you are so positive and all these things. And I want you guys to know that all of those things are a choice. These are all choices that I have made. I started years ago, but you can start today. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the second best time to plant a tree is right now. So choose right now and think about how you're showing up. Thinking about the choices that you're making, because right now we are in a decision. We are in a situation where we have to make a decision in our lives and in our businesses. Everything is a choice. From the second that you wake up in the day, you are choosing what underwear you're going to put on today. You're choosing what pants you're going to wear, what socks you're going to wear, what shirt you're going to put on. Even this one that has a toothpaste stain on it. Like, you're choosing how you're going to do your makeup today, what shoes you're going to wear. You're going to choose what you eat for breakfast that day. What are you going to drink today? Water, coffee, Diet Coke. Any Diet Coke lovers? It's not me. I don't drink pop, but I know that that's like a cult following thing, right? Like, that's a choice. When you are faced with being in traffic, you are making the choice of how you react to it. The guy in front of you cuts you off. You have the choice to get irrationally upset and lay on your horn, or you have the choice to take a deep breath and let it go because it's really not that big of a deal. That is a nanosecond of your day in comparison to everything that happens in a week, right? That is a choice. We have a choice as to how we treat people. We have a choice as to what we consume. Your algorithms on social media, it's all based on choices. The more you like a certain content, the more it's going to show it to you. I'll tell you, if you put 5 people's phones together everyone pulls up TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, they're all going to look different. The content is different on all of them because your algorithm is customized because it reacts to what you would react to. When you like content about, let's talk about Kevin's content. You know what Kevin's Instagram reels are, guys? It's video game stuff. It's Highland cows. It's bears and large cats and dogs. It's lots of dogs. And like it's like sweet little messages that you send to your wife. Like that's Kevin's algorithm. My algorithm looks different than that. Mine's a lot of like self-development, positive quotes, dogs, cute animals. We send a lot of that to each other. Messages about a supportive partner. It's funny, silly little things like the birds all getting drunk off of a fermented little bird feeder thing that smelled like kombucha. That's like the thing I saw right before I made this message. It's about like parenting stuff, you know, and that's what I'm here to tell you guys. I'm getting off the point, but all of this is a choice. So if you don't want to be consuming all of this negative stuff, stop reacting to it on social media. Stop entertaining it. Stop giving that your energy. And instead, choose where you want your energy to go. Choose what you want to consume on social media and all these things. And what does this have anything to do with Scentsy? I'm about to get to that part. Guys, we are in a season with Scentsy where we're experiencing a lot of change. And here's the jam and the jelly. Here's here's why I'm talking to you about this. There's a lot changing with Scentsy, but this is not the first time a lot has changed with Scentsy. And it's the truth. Guys, I've been around 11 years next month. 11 years. When was the last time you did anything for 11 years straight? I did not quit Scentsy at all. And that's not a dig at anyone else, but I'm just saying, I've seen 11 years of Scentsy. I've seen us change the active requirements. I've seen us change shipping tiers. I've seen us change host rewards. I've seen us change multiple things. I've seen us lay off employees. I've seen employees quit. I've seen Scentsy consultants that I love dearly quit. I've seen high up consultants quit. I've seen low level consultants quit. I've seen people quit for any which reason. I've seen Scentsy as a company make changes. And you know what? We're still here. And it is all fine and dandy. And will there be people that leave? Yes. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I encourage it. If someone's like, you know what, I just don't want to be in Scentsy anymore, then don't. There's nothing wrong with that. You're allowed to make that decision. You are allowed to say, you know what, at one point in my life, this fit the bill. This met my needs. This made me feel good, and it doesn't anymore. And if you feel that way, I encourage you to dig deep and ask yourself, why? Why does this not feel good anymore? I want to talk about Nicole. So Nicole Atnip, for those of you that don't know, she's the one that started this group. She is one of my very best friends in life. Her and I have been talking all morning long about all sorts of different things. And we've talked over the last several weeks about Scentsy changes and all this stuff. And we've talked about the health stuff that she's going through and how she chooses this positive mindset and she chooses to not let it consume her and all of these things. And Nicole is one of those people that she got to a point with Scentsy where she was like, Scentsy doesn't bring me the same joy that it used to. I don't get that same sense of fulfillment. This is more stressful to me than it is anything else. And at that point, you know, she had made a decision. It was not an emotional decision. It was not a quick or rash decision. It was just simply a decision that she had thought about for a long time. She had talked to multiple people about, and ultimately she came to the decision that Scentsy was no longer for her. And that's okay. And she then told me that there were people that came to her and said, you know, I don't think Scentsy's for me anymore. I think I'm going to quit. I think I'm going to go away. Like, I don't know if this is for me anymore. And she then was worried that her decision had impacted other people to make a decision. And this is something that happens when you are in a place of influence. I am in that place right now. I'm not going to lie to you. I now have influence over our community, and it's not something I take lightly. It is not something that goes without gratitude and appreciation. I'm thankful for this. I am thankful that I am able to pour into so many of you like I'm doing right now. And you are going to see people of influence leave Scentsy. Whether that's today, whether that's 5 years ago or 5 years from now. because every single one of us is on our own Scentsy journey, but more importantly, every single one of us is on our own life journey. You don't know what people are going through, guys. I'll tell you what I'm going through, though, because I can't speak to what anyone else is doing, but I can speak to what I am doing. And I want to encourage you to you make your decision of what you are going to do with your business. Do not make your decision of what you do with your business because of anyone else. Right now, I'm going to tell you, we are in a season of Scentsy where you need, if you want to listen to what I'm doing, and what my advice is, you need to put some blinders up. You need to stop following any consultants who are causing you any sort of negativity or grief or dread. Unfollow them. Just get rid of it. Literally don't expose yourself to it. You are what you consume. So if you are watching this consultant complain constantly, unfollow them. It's not that hard. It really is not that hard. And I'm going to tell you to do it. It's time to put your blinders up. It doesn't matter what any other consultant is doing in their business, in their personal life. What matters is you and your life. Because here's my thing. I don't agree with celebrity culture. I don't believe with putting people on a pedestal. I don't believe in celebrities. I don't believe in and when people tell me like, "Oh, Vanessa, you're a Scentsy celebrity." I hate that. I can't stand it because I'm just a normal person. Guys, I was on the toilet taking a poop earlier. We all do it. I am someone, I've wanted to quit Scentsy a million times over the last 11 years. I think that's normal. I am not someone, guys, my office is literally a mess. You can't see it because you can only see this screen, but if I were to pan you around, my office is a mess. I am not someone who's perfect. I have a toothpaste stain on my shirt. I'm not wearing makeup. I have some wrinkles. Like, my hair's not perfect. I haven't washed it in a couple days. It's really dirty. I want you to know, stop putting people on pedestals. They are normal people. They might be influential. They might share things. They might make a difference for other people, and they do. And I think you should tell them when they do. But I don't think we should idolize them. I don't think that we should put them on a tier or a pedestal above everyone else, because at the same time, they are people who poop and they are people who are imperfect, because we are all human. So I think right now is a time where instead of idolizing people and obsessing of people and their decisions and all of these things, I think right now is a time that we put our blinders up and we focus on ourselves. We focus on me and my business and my team and whatever else anyone is or is not doing for themselves and their business and their team is none of your damn business. It's not. And I don't mean that in a rude way. I'm saying that in a way that too many people are influenced too much by other people and what they're doing or not doing. If you see someone that you look up to and they quit Scentsy, does that mean you have to question everything in your business? No. If you weren't questioning everything before that, then why are you starting now? Just because they're leaving? Who cares? Focus on you. Focus on your business. Now, just because someone starts to do something, now, do you feel the need to go research that? Sure. Absolutely. Go do that. Go research. Go look into it. Go ask some questions and do your own things so that you can form your own opinion, your own educated opinion, not just assumptions, not just judging, form your own opinions. Do that. But I'm here to tell you that I am in a series of life right now. I was just in DC for a wedding, and on the way home, I've gotten kind of in this wishy-washy feeling in my business. We had a rough month 2 months ago. So not March, but February. I hit 1,500 PRV. I did not even hit 2,000. It's the first time in a long time I haven't hit 2,000. I did not hit director numbers. It's the first time in almost a year since I didn't hit director numbers. Did that sting and did it hurt? Yes, but I've seen growth, because in 2024 when that happened, it wrecked me. Oh gosh, I was questioning myself. I was judging myself. I was attaching my worthiness to those things. I didn't realize it at first, but I attached my worthiness to hitting that sales goal and being paid at title. And on another level, I needed the money. I do need the money. Scentsy does provide money for me. And I was worried about finances. And I beat myself up. And years prior, I'd beat myself up even more. But I was proud because I beat myself up less. And again, because we continuously work on ourselves, we make progress, right? This time around, when it happened, it didn't change anything. I felt no bad feelings. towards myself because I didn't hit 2,000. I had no bad feelings towards my team because we didn't hit director numbers. That's not on them. And that's okay. And you know what I said? I said to myself, hey, it's okay. It's not the end of the world that you didn't hit a sales goal, that your team wasn't paid at title. And does it suck that you're struggling for money there? Yeah, no, that's not great. I don't love that. But it's a decision. There were decisions, there were things I could have done to make that happen. And I can't go back and change the past. So there are decisions that I had to make to fill in the gaps. So I have another job. I picked up a few extra shifts and I covered the bills. Or you spend a little less. Or you go through things in your house and you sell a few things to make up some money. It's not the end of the world. That is what I want to tell you guys. And so that's where I was at a few months ago. And I've thought about quitting. Of course, I think about quitting all the time. I need you to know that. Like all the time. I'm like, what if I just like didn't sell Scentsy anymore? Like what would happen? What would that look like? And I actually ask myself that question a lot, and for good reason. Because then I ask myself, what would I miss if I were to leave Scentsy? What value does Scentsy add to my life? And when I get to that point where I'm like, what if I just left? It actually does really good things for me because it reminds me of all of the goodness that Scentsy brings into my life. It is something that makes me feel good. It's something that allows me to impact other people, to make a difference in their lives. I am able to believe in people and show them their worth and their value and help them with self-development simply because I'm working on myself and influencing them to do that. It allows me to spread joy to my team, to other people in the community, to my customers. I love my customers. I love talking with them. I love offering a product that brings them joy. I love the products. I love being able to make a difference. I love making money. I love the flexibility of this business and being able to work it when it fits into my life. I love that there are days where, like yesterday, my period cramps were just really bad and I was super tired and it was 38 degrees outside and kind of snowy and I just wanted to not really work my business that day and I didn't. And the thing is that as I'm growing, as I'm learning, as I'm working on self-development, I didn't guilt myself for that. And I just took the day. And I said, you know what? If I guilt myself for resting, I'm not actually resting and I don't feel rested. I feel guilty. And then I was able to go to my nighttime job where I bartend part-time and I had a great shift and I didn't feel any guilt. And all of this came as a result of this drive home from DC this past weekend when I was listening to an Ed Mylett podcast that I will share with you guys. And in this podcast, Ed Mylett talks about a lot of things. And he's talking about, your regrets. You show up to things and at the end of your life, a lot of people have regrets for the things they did not do. And I was thinking about that and I was like, well, there's not a whole lot of things that I would regret. And I thought to myself, a lot of things are changing in Scentsy right now. So let's change the perspective and say, if Scentsy were to end tomorrow, or my journey with Scentsy were to end tomorrow, what would I regret? If I was on my Scentsy deathbed, we'll say, what would I regret? And it made me realize that I would regret that I never gave Scentsy my full potential. And I'm going to get real raw with you guys. I'm going to get real honest. This is the truth. This is what I'm going through. And again, I'm feeling things. I am processing emotions. I am processing trauma. I am healing. And I encourage you guys all to do the same thing because it really is a wonderful journey. It's not easy. It's never easy, but it's always worth it. And it's better than the alternative of letting it fester and letting it consume you. So I thought to myself, okay, I know that I do not give Scentsy my full potential. And then I dig it a step deeper. And I say, okay, well, why? Why do I not give Scentsy my full potential? And then it's made me realize, well, I haven't given anything in my life my full potential. Because if I were to give my full potential to anything, it then opens me up to be extremely vulnerable. And what if my full potential in anything is not enough? For myself, for others? What if I gave my full potential to Scentsy and it's not enough to achieve what I want to achieve? Well, when I hold it in reserve and I say, well, I didn't give it my full potential, so it's okay. Because I didn't give it my full potential. So I've always used that as a justification to oh, it's okay. I didn't give it my full potential, so it's okay. I could have, and that's all that matters. That's an excuse, my friends, by the way, if anyone else struggles with this. I don't know if anyone else does, but I am learning that this is why I have been operating. This is my first time in almost 30 years that I'm learning this about myself. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm afraid of being vulnerable. I'm afraid of not being enough. I'm afraid of my full potential not being enough to get me to where I want to be. But I've always kind of held it in reserve. So then I was like, all right, let's envision this. Like, let's put an image to this. What does this look like in my brain, in my body? And I said, okay, so it's almost as if my full potential is like this energy, like this light and this energy. And I've locked it behind these jail doors. And these jail doors, and it's locked with a key, right? And I have the key, but I won't go near that door. And in front of that jail door is every single person that I know of that has ever doubted me, said horrible things to me or about me, and I have personified that. I literally envision these people standing in front of that gate, repeating all of the things that they've said to me, that they've said about me, all of their doubts, all of their projections. And here's the thing, guys. When people doubt you, most often it is because they are projecting how they feel about themselves, not how they feel about you. But when you are someone who struggles with your own self-worth, you don't realize that. Because all you do is you're using what they say to validate how you feel here and here. Okay? So, I now know this because I've done a lot of self-development, and that's one of my favorite parts about Scentsy. The reason why I've gotten into self-development is because of this business. Shauna Davis made a post where she asked, what have you gained from direct sales? Don't even mention your company. This is not me trying to get you to, we're not trying to promote ourselves. What have you gained from this? And I said the biggest things were travel, being around self-development, people that prioritize self-development, because it's then done so for myself, and it's allowed me to find myself. And now that I've learned so much, now that I've put in so much work for myself and I've learned how people operate, I'm able to look at this, and I feel like in the first time in my life, I am ready to face this. I am ready to process this trauma. I am ready to look those people in the eyes one by one and say, no. You may believe that about me. You may think I'm a horrible person. You may think I'm selfish. You may doubt my success. You may doubt my abilities to be successful. You may doubt me. You may say horrible things about me. You may talk about me behind my back and don't know that you said these things and I know about it already because someone told me. But none of it matters because I got to this point where I'm envisioning all of this. And I'm walking you guys through this. This is real raw, real vulnerable, but I'm sharing it because I think it might help someone. And I said, you know what? What any of these people think about me doesn't matter. None of it matters. It doesn't matter if what they think about me is good or bad, because the only thing that matters is what I think about myself. And it's taken me a damn long time to learn that. But here we are. I'm learning it. I've learned it. I know the lesson, but now it's time to embody the lesson. It is time to put action behind the lesson that I've learned and say, no, that person that doubted me finding out somewhat recently that my sister doesn't believe in my business was really hard for me to accept. But you know what? It doesn't matter. What she thinks of my business doesn't matter. What the person closest to you thinks of your business or yourself doesn't matter. As long as it's what matters what you think about yourself. And if how you feel about yourself and what you think about yourself and how you think about your business is not good, then it's time to work on that. You can work on that. You could change that, I promise. I've done it. Here's the thing. If you feel like it's impossible, it's time to find someone who's done the work that you have not done yet. If you think it's impossible, find someone who's done it. I guarantee you will find at least one person, and that one person is proof that it can be done. I know people who have done this. I know it is possible. I believe in myself. I've worked on that. I know I can do this. And you know what? I'm ready to tap into this full potential. Because here's the thing. There's a lot of people around me who are like, Scentsy's crumbling. Scentsy's doing all of these things. You want to know my opinion on it? I'm going to give it to you. Here's my opinion with Scentsy. Orville is one of the smartest businessmen I've ever met in my entire life. I trust him. I trust this company. I've been around for 11 years. I've watched ups and downs and in-betweens. I've watched the lowest dips. I've seen the highest hypergrowths. I've seen the everything in between and then there and back. And you know what? I'm not worried about Scentsy as a company, because here's the thing, they are always several steps ahead. Right now, they just laid off a bunch of employees. And does that suck? Yes. But if you look at America, if you look at companies all around the country, probably even all around the globe, companies that are healthy, companies that are smart, lay off employees. And they do it before it gets bad. Because here's the thing, there is a chance that sales are going to dip even further than they do now. And that's okay. We may be going into recession. Who knows? No one knows for certain. But if that were to happen, we're going to be prepared, because when you make layoffs ahead of time, before big problems arise, what you're doing is you are cutting costs. Now, on a personal level, I hate that, because I care about people. I'm deeply empathetic. I cannot watch scary movies. Really, any movie or any show where someone gets like shot or hit or hurt or injured, like I feel that. So I get it. I hated seeing Scentsy employees laid off. I did. It hurt, because I know these people. I had Scentsy home office employees text me on my personal cell phone number to tell me, hey, I just wanted to let you know that I'm one of the people that got laid off. And it hurt me deeply, because I've known this person on such a personal level. I have their personal cell phone and we have conversation. I had Scentsy employees message me on Facebook. I had Scentsy employees reach out to me, and I know that I'm not the only person. And if you didn't get that, that's okay, but I've been around for a long time and I've made connections with these people. So on a level, I feel for them, and I hate that. But I also know that Scentsy takes care of people. I also trust this company, and I know that they are making these decisions out of what is best for the company, and in turn what is best for us consultants, to make sure that the company stays in good standings. Okay, this is the truth. I believe this is my conviction. I think that Scentsy is making the right move, because then if sales are to dip, they've already cut costs. They do not have to worry about how they're going to pay these employees. They do not have to worry about that. They're not going to screw anyone over last minute like that. So that's the truth. That's what I believe about this. All of these other changes that Scentsy's making is to ensure the growth of the company, and that it is in good standings and on a solid foundation moving forward. And the same exact way we've done it many times over. I'll be real honest with you guys. Many of us leaders have been asking for changes in the active status for a long time, since COVID. Honestly, many of us leaders, more leaders than not, we wanted this change, because we know that consultants can do more. And there is such a dynamic between this. And it's not because we're trying to screw anyone over individually. It's just the difference between a consultant who wants to grow and a consultant who doesn't. A consultant that may be better off as a host or a really good customer versus an actual consultant. And I've seen so many customers of mine become consultants, and then they stop buying products completely and they never buy Scentsy again, simply because of whatever enormous amount of reasons it could be. So all of this to say, I want you guys to know that I'm not worried about this company. I'm not going anywhere. And as a matter of fact, I'm doing the exact opposite of leaving Scentsy. I am actually stepping into this business on a level that I have never stepped into before. And I'm not afraid to tell you that, because I think that myself telling you what my goal is, what my direction is, what my intentions are with this company, I think all that's going to do is really hold myself accountable. And if it helps someone else in the meantime, I love that. If it inspires you to do the same, I love that. If it doesn't, that's okay. That's totally fine, because I'm doing this for me, if I'm being really honest with you. But I'm also doing it because I know that anytime I share what I'm going through, there has always been at least one person who has messaged me and said, thank you for sharing that. I really needed this. This really helped me. This gave me a fresh perspective. So, and again, I want you to put those blinders up. So if you see someone you look up to who leaves Scentsy, do not let it shatter your earth. Do not let it rip the rug out from underneath you, because that person and their business has nothing to do with you. How they run their business and their decisions in life and Scentsy does not pay your bills, does not change who you are as a person or any of these things. Am I going to miss some of the people that are leaving and that will leave, because we will see more people leave? Absolutely. I'm devastated. I'm not going to say names, but like as a friend, I'm so sad to see these people leave. I love these people. But at the same time, it is their life and their business and their decision. And we all wake up and we make our own decisions. And I want you to make sure that the decisions you make are yours and yours alone. The same way that my decision is mine and mine alone. I am going to sit here and I am going to be so present in my business. And my goal is to tap into that full potential. I am not going to, because there's been so many times where I have not done something in my business out of fear of what someone will think, of someone doubting me, the reverberation of these horrible things that people have said to and about me, repeating, rinse and repeat on cycle in my head. I am ready to shut that down and shut them up and say, you know what? I acknowledge you. I acknowledge the feelings that I've held around this, but I am choosing to let it go. I am processing this trauma. I am processing my emotions so that I can feel them and move on and learn that the only person whose opinion about me matters is my own. And as soon as you tap into that, everything will change. And I'm starting to say, you know what? I don't want that regret of if something were to happen to Scentsy, which I don't think it will, but if it did, or if I decided tomorrow that I was leaving Scentsy, I don't want that regret of I didn't give it everything I could have. Honestly, guys, I'm very hopeful with Scentsy. I think my best season with Scentsy is about to come. I think I am stepping into an area, and I have beat myself up so many times. I'm not that person with a huge team. Guys, I'm a director. I have 64 people on my team. Like, it's not that many, but it's a super solid team. I love my team. We are the healthiest we've ever been. And the connection, the collaboration, the camaraderie, people as individuals, but also like as a team, as a whole. Like, God, I love my team so much. I have so much freaking love for them as individuals, as a whole. Like, it is just, it's the most magical thing being a leader with Scentsy. I really believe that. I truly do. I think it is just the coolest thing you can ever experience. And I think it's getting better. I don't think those other times when I beat myself up for not having the big team and not having the big title and all those things, it wasn't my time. But I feel like I'm stepping into it. I think it is my time. I'm choosing to put everything out there. I'm not holding anything in reserve this time. I'm going to be really vulnerable. I'm going to give it my all. And no matter what comes out of my all, I'm knowing that that is enough. It doesn't matter what my goal is because I'm just going to put my all out there. And what happens, happens. Right? But I know that I want this to feel good. I want to give this my all so I have no regrets. I want to see how far I can push myself. And I want to put my all into Scentsy with boundaries. So I'm going to set times. I'm choosing to work my business this day from this time to this time. And I'm going to give it my all in that time so that when that time ends, I'm able to be present. When I show up for my Scentsy business, I'm going to give it my all and be really present. And I'm not going to let all these other things distract me. And then once my time for that day to work my business is up, once that task is complete, I'm then going to be super present because presence is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Presence is one of the most valuable things you can practice in your entire life alongside gratitude. Presence. I want to be so present in my business so that it doesn't carry over into my home life. Because there's so many times that Kevin has said, Vanessa, you're working. Stop working. You're thinking about work. Even when you're not working, you're thinking about it. And I don't want that. I want to be super present with my time with Kevin because I'm obsessed. I am disgustingly obsessed with him. By the way, if you've never seen us together, it is ridiculous. So ridiculous. I am so obsessed with that man. And I want to be so present with him. And when I am with my friends and my family and my loved ones, I want to be so present with them. I don't want to be on my phone having the side conversations with team members and customers and having to post and all these things. No, I want to be present in my Scentsy business. And I want to be present in my family life. And when I go to my part-time job where I bartend 3 days a week, I want to go there and I want to be present. And I want to be so involved in my job there that I'm not thinking about Scentsy, that I'm not thinking about my home life. I just want to be doing that job so that I can do it the best to my fullest potential. And you know what happens? I'm in a performance-based income at that job the same way I am with Scentsy because I like a performance-based income because I work really hard. And if I put my full efforts into that business, into bartending a shift, I know I'm going to make more money. Guys, I like a performance-based income. That's my job. That's what I like. That's where I thrive and excel. Other people like the comfort of guaranteed money. But then you don't have the opportunity to increase it. And for me, that's not for me. If that's for you, that's fine. That's great. I love that for you, but it's not for me. So for me, I'll be practicing presence. And I'm going to be going all in. And I'm not holding back in reserve anymore. And you're going to see it. I'm telling you, there is an energetic shift in my body, in my vibration, in my frequency. I feel it. I hope you can see it. Truly, I do. And I hope that it inspires you to do something similar or to do something you're afraid of even. And I really, again, want to remind you to put those blinders up. Do not let what anyone else does or does not do for their business or their personal life impact you and your business and your personal life. Because again, the celebrity culture is toxic. We should not be trying to be obsessive over people on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, all of these people or celebrities that you'll never meet. Stop being so involved in their life and start getting involved in your own life, guys. That is what I'm leaving you with. That is all I'm giving you. I'm sorry I talked for so long, but I needed to get all of this out and I needed to get it in front of people ASAP while these feelings are raw, while they're real. I'm going to share that podcast with you guys. I highly recommend you listen to it. I listened to it 3 times through. There is also a video, so if you know it, and if you have the video, please send it to me. But there was a talk from Orville. I think it may have been 2019 in Anaheim, but he was talking about change. And if you've never listened to an Orville, like, what's the word for it? It's not a TED Talk. It's not a breakout. It's keynote. If you've never heard an Orville or a Heidi keynote, I highly recommend listening through some of those. Because here's the thing, history repeats itself, guys. We're going to go through changes. We're going to go through changes now the same way we've gone through changes several times. Since he's been through a recession, guys. Since he's been through COVID, we've been through hard times. So it's time for you to bring your resilience back in here. Stop being so soft. Stop letting your personal life impact your business. Be present in your business so you can be present in your personal life. Do not mix the two of them. If you're having struggles in your personal business, that doesn't need to flow over to your personal life, and vice versa. But when it's good stuff, then let it. Let it lift your mood. But if it's bad stuff and you're in a bad mood, leave it there. The same way we leave it at your day job or whatever. If you have a really bad day at your day job, something really pisses you off, do you really want to bring that home? To your kids and your family? To yourself? To your home life? To your dog? Your really cute dog and cat? Do you really want that? No. So let's be present in all terms of the way. And I'm going to be standing here like a lighthouse, y'all. Like a lighthouse. Spreading my light like a beacon. Shining the way for anyone who wants to come this way of self-development and tapping into your full potential and blinders up and not worrying about what anyone else does. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm here for. I don't give a crap what anyone else thinks about me. Whether they like this, they don't like this. I just wanted to put this out for you. And I want you to know that I love you. I do. I love you. Even if we've never met, I love you. I believe in you. And I am here standing there telling all of this, sharing all of this because I'm a believer that if one person can do something that you think is impossible, then that means it isn't impossible. It's just not possible for you yet. The word yet. You can do this. I'm sharing this because if you are thinking I could never do what Vanessa's doing, here's the truth. You can. You're just not there yet, and it's time to start taking steps to do it. I love y'all. You got this. We're going to make it through, and it's going to be amazing. Pinky promise.